Hello everybody, Carolyn here. Today I am doing another binder maintenance video and I am so excited because today I have the My Collection Binder Tarot series by Prism Platinum and I'm so excited. They teased this binder a little bit ago and they actually reached out to me and wanted to send one to me to use in my collection and I'm so excited. I was debating what I wanted to put in this binder. It's called the Bias and Bias Wrecker binder. And I was like, when it comes to a bias and a bias wrecker, there's only one combination of men that immediately pops into my brain. And it is Changkyun of Monsta and Kihyun of Monsta. Kihyun being the bias, Changkyun being the bias wrecker. And I was like, you know, how amazing would it be to store Changkyun and Kihyun together in the same binder? Because then there's plenty of room for both of their collections to expand. And also I get to use this beautiful new binder for my collection. And I already store like Kihyun and Wano's special album cards or special like non-album cards. The other binder, the other A4 binder they released earlier this year, and I absolutely love that binder. So that's what we're gonna do today. Obviously I have the binder here. We'll go through it in a second. It's literally ginormous. Like there's no room for it on this desk in the box at least, so we'll have to take it out, but I'm so excited. And then they also sent me a bunch of pages to try out. So I have used their custom 9 pocket pages, the standard fit, and I also have slim fit pages that I've used before in my other A4 Prism Platinum binders. But they also sent along some of their other sizes. So we have like a 2 pocket, a 3 pocket, and a 4 pocket page. So I'm super excited about this. So we're gonna grab my Kihyun and Changkyun binders and we're gonna transfer them to the new Prism Platinum binder. Actually, let's open the binder first. Let's look at it and then we'll get the cards out. But yes, before we go ahead and open this binder, I did want to say that I do have a coupon code with Prism Platinum. It is Carolyn10. You can get 10% off your order when you use my code and get some beautiful photo card supplies for your binders. I absolutely adore Prism Platinum. I was using their products long before we were partnered. You know, I wouldn't be messing around with the Monsta X collection. You know it's serious that we're putting the Monsta X collection in this binder. I already have Wano and Kihyun in these binders. Like, you know I like a product when I'm putting the ults in it, because one thing I don't do is mess around when it comes to Monsta X. So zoomed out a little bit more and I got the binder open. So let's take a look at what's in here. I've got a card. It says, the notion of one's bias refers to a fan's unwavering loyalty to their favorite artist and member, the bias wrecker being the unexpected challenge that puts that commitment into question. Cornerstone of the K-pop fan experience, the Tarot series plays homage to this sentimental journey by bringing this world to life. The designs use these symbolic elements to reinterpret the concepts of the bias and bias wrecker. What we hope to achieve with this collection is invite collectors into a new enchanting world whereby they can revisit their own fan experiences through their collection. So fun! I love the detail that Prism Platinum puts into everything they create. It's just such a gorgeous binder. Also, this entire box being like covered in foam is actually insane. Even if I'm currently using the binder, like someday if I have to move, keeping the boxes. That's how I'm transporting these binders. Oh my god. Wow. This is beautiful. Here is the bias side and then the bias wrecker side. Like I said, the details on this, absolutely gorgeous. There's nothing on these spines, but then this spine, I'm so excited. This binder almost looks like it's too pretty to use. Let's pull out the bias side and see what the bias binder looks like first. So it's similar to kind of how their A5 binders are. If you've ever seen any of their A5, it's rainbow hollow. I love that. If you've ever seen any of their, one thing about the previous A4 binders is that they weren't square. Like here, like I can grab my thing, it's right. So this is like the comparison of the two binders if you're trying to decide which one you want. So this one has a magnetic closing, kind of like their A5 binders, whereas this one doesn't. I still feel like my cards are very well protected in this binder. This definitely helps the binder keep its shape a little bit more, but as long as you store it in the like storage container that it comes in and you use the binder shields, like Like these Wano cards don't move. So I would not store my most expensive cards in my collection out of everything I own. Like some of the most expensive stuff in my collection is in this binder. I would not be storing this just anywhere, you know. Oh, it's so pretty. It's hollow on the inside. Oh my god, it's gold. And then we've got this big foam block. This is just to like keep the shape when it's being transported to you. You obviously don't need to keep this in there. Oh, Prism Platinum, you've outdone yourself. Got the binder shield, and we have the backboards. So we're gonna put these in here. So obviously the bias is Kihyun. So let me grab Kihyun's. All right, so this is the Kihyun album card binder. This is for all of his solo albums. And as you can see, I have it in this fan-made binder right now. We might have to redo some of our fillers and stuff. So we might not be able to store all of this today, but we can at least store the cards from his 2 albums and the lucky draws from his 2 albums. Let's work on that. The first thing I'm going to do is put the binder backboards in here. And I always put the like full one on the back and then the little half one up front. And then I'm going to put the binder shield and this other backboard on once we put all the Kihyun cards in, but let's do that first. Okay, so the thing about Kihyun is that he has a lot of Monsta sized photo cards. As we'll see with Changkyun, his solo cards are not Monsta sized, but I do like to give things the opportunity to be Monsta sized if need be. That's why I prefer standard size stuff, but Prism Platinum does have 4 different variations of this 9 pocket page. So if you're someone who likes slim fitting sleeves a lot better, then you can do that. I specifically always get standard size because I prefer to have things fit Monsta cards if needed. Next year, 2025, I was daydreaming about Monsta in 2025 the other day, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be so nice to have them back. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, they're gonna go on tours, they're gonna release albums, we'll probably get a third Kihyun solo album. That's what I was doing when I was thinking about this, is I was listening to Kihyun solo albums because I was missing him a lot, and I was like, let's just listen to Youth one more time. Let's play that song one more time. All of the sleeves on this should be correct. We'll verify. I've been doing this off camera as well with all of my binders right now, just verifying that things are in correct sleeves. I think this binder should be fine. It's really like my older stuff that I've been having issues with, but we're gonna start with Voyager and put all of Kihyun's cards away. But I actually bought a bunch of these standard sleeves recently too, so I did have some already. And I have some slim fit ones for my Wano era broadcast cards because those are like regular photo card size, whereas all of his earlier stuff is like Monsta sized. I'm excited to be expanding my Monsta collection in 2025. It's definitely something I'm most excited about collection wise in 2025. It will be, oh, this is the wrong sleeve. Let me switch that. Just like such a crazy year for them. I can feel it. I think it's going to start off slow. Like we'll have Juhan discharge, then we'll have Kihyun discharge. Things will seem quiet for a moment, and then it's not going to be quiet all of a sudden. All of a sudden they're going to be like, here, let's do these things. Or they're going to release Kihyun and Juhan, and they're going to be like, you know what we should do while we're waiting for Hyungwon? Release a 2 Chainz album, and I will be so happy because that's all I've ever wanted is a 2 Chainz album. 2 Chainz is what Kihyun and Juhan are known as, like as a unit. They've released some OSTs together, but they've never really done like an album. And I'm just telling you, Starship, like if you want to think about projects for Monsta X for 2025, we should prioritize the full group stuff. But if you're looking for suggestions, might I suggest a 2 Chainz album? I would love to see it. If I were to go off of like all of the units that Kihyun could possibly be in, like my top thing that I want him in, as somebody who biases him and my bias wrecker is Changkyun, like I want to see him in a unit with Juhan so bad. It would be the most amazing thing to ever happen to K-pop, and maybe that's why it hasn't happened, is because they would be too powerful as a unit, and they're like, Starship's like, I don't know if the world is ready for it. But you know, Starship, been 2 long years since, has it been 2 years? No, it hasn't been 2 years. It's been a long time, okay? It's been a very long time, and yeah, I just really want to see it. This iconic toast photo card, throwback to when I pulled that card in my unboxing, because if I had to trade or buy that card, like I would have done it, right? But I would have been so sad the whole time. I would have been like, why do I have to pay the stupid price for this card. These are his Starship Square benefits that we're doing right now. I did all the POVs, all the lucky draws, all the everything for both Voyager and Youth. I'm still missing a couple of broadcast cards for these eras, but I wouldn't store that in this binder anyways. It's stored in my my white Prism Platinum A4 binder. This binder is complete. Like, this is a binder that I've archived, but we are unarchiving it. But it's not going to be archived for long because Kihyun will come back from the military. And he will probably release another solo album. His first two were so good. There's no way he can just leave us like that. Like, we have to get another one. I still can't believe he released Youth. And then he didn't leave us right away, but he left us pretty shortly after. And we're just going through the POVs here. I don't remember what every single POV is. I think like maybe this was K-Town for You. Even though he does have some cards that are like normal size cards like this, like not all stores do Monsta X size POVs. However, I will say that during Reason era, a lot of stores that I've never seen do Monsta X size POVs before did. And I was like, they're so powerful. They were like, we're going to give you Monsta X size photo cards as POVs. I don't know. It's been so long. Such a long time. But I'm excited. Like, the thought of Monsta X announcing another album just seems like such a foreign concept to me right now, which is so weird because, like, one thing about being a Monbebe from debut is that, like, Monsta X had a little bit of a hiatus between their, like, first and second release. But then after that, it was, like, go, go, go from there. Some of these are sleeved incorrectly. I'm glad we're going through this together. All ready for my end of the year video. If you're new to the channel, I do a mid-year and an end of the year flip through every single year. My mid-year one, I just kind of, like, show my collection as is. But my end of the year one, I really do try to, like, make sure everything looks nice, try to fill in a bunch of holes and stuff. My mid-year one is just kind of like a check-in for my goals, which I don't think I've really thought too much about my 2025 collection goals as of right now. The first half of the year is really just to like catch up with all of the rest of my Stray Kids stuff I want to do, and do probably some more of Kihyun's older like special cards, like broadcasts and like fan meeting cards and things like that, concert cards, things like that I'm missing from the early eras, and then go from there for that. But yeah, besides that, I have to sit down and like really think about goals again. I said in another video that I filmed earlier today that I have just been so busy with school this entire year that I didn't even really do a lot of collecting at the beginning of 2024. Like, I didn't do a ton of stuff, and so it's got me, I'm gonna have to go and like look. Did I do like a 2025 goals video? I don't know if I did. I knew it was gonna be a rough year. I'll have to go and look and see if I did. If not, I'm gonna try and film one. I at least like filmed concert plans TikTok last year, and so I'm planning on updating that. I came across that TikTok the other day and was like, oh, I should update this on my list of things to do. Paused during the last 4 weeks of the semester. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I posted that I had a 12-week streak with Quizlet this semester. So that's how that was going. 12 weeks. I pay for Quizlet Premium because I use that app so often for studying. This is not sponsored by Quizlet, but I'm just saying that like paying for like the upgraded version is so worth it for me because the way I study, Quizlet just gets it done. Like when I was younger, used to not be a Quizlet person, but I really am a Quizlet person now. It's the only thing that makes sense to my brain, so we just gotta keep doing it, right? But anyways, we get the next 7 months off. It's like 6.5, but I keep rounding up. Let's round up to 7. We get the next 7 months off, and I cannot wait. Gosh, there was so much for Voyager era. I was just looking at my sleeves because I was like, I don't think one pack of sleeves is gonna do it for both Kihyun and Changkyun, but like, how many packs do we think I'm gonna need? I don't know. And the real question is, do I do 9 pocket cards and then large inclusions at the end, or do we do like keep the albums together? I guess we'll keep the albums together. So we'll do like his larger inclusions. I might have to kind of mess around with that, but we'll see what we can do. This was it for Voyager era. Not too much. I mean, it was actually a lot. How many? This was a lot, actually. He had a ton. I joined a bunch of group orders for it, though, so it didn't feel like a lot at the time. Thankfully, I follow a lot of Monbebe, so there were a lot of group orders. Beautiful. Okay, let's get out I think my fillers are gonna be too small for this, so this might look a little silly. They're just bigger than what like standard ones are. These little random Polaroids came in Kihyun's album. I am gonna have to make other fillers for this. These are definitely gonna be too small. Yeah, that's okay. All right, and then I'm gonna come back to these guys. I need to kind of mess around and figure out what the best method is for that. So let's go ahead and move on to Youth, which is also an album with so many cards. These should all be fine. I should not need to change any sleeves or anything for this, so maybe we can actually get this. This was a beautiful era though. I absolutely adored the Youth concept. I remember when the photo card previews came out for this album and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna love collecting this album. And you know what? I loved collecting this album. So iconic, so beautiful. The music video was beautiful. I did a fan sign with Kihyun this era. I've done a few fan signs with Kihyun. First one being One of a Kind, I think, was the first time I met Kihyun. And I did one during Shape of Love era. I did one during Reason era. And then I did one during Youth era. Why did I grab that? I tried during, what was it, Rush Hour? I don't know why it was so difficult. It was like especially difficult during Rush Hour era. I entered with so many albums. I think I entered with like 250 albums. And the thing with like me doing group orders, this has been a discussion I've been seeing on Twitter recently. The thing with me doing group orders is that I've never purchased extra albums with the purpose of getting into a fan sign. Like I usually just purchase what my group order joiners want, and then like I'll try to make it like an even number. For like Monsta when they had 5 members promoting, I would try to make it like some division of 5. So if we had like, we needed like 2 more albums to make a division of 5, I would like do that just to help our pulls, because I didn't do like claims. I would do like sorting. So, which in hindsight, I should have done claims back then. But anyways, that's just like how I would purchase it. So a lot of my group order, like a lot of my fan sign attempts, I feel like the amount of albums I've purchased have been like overkill, because I've been like, I don't need this amount of albums to get into a fan sign, but this is how many people joined my group order, so like this is what I'm going to order, right? So I think that gets misunderstood a lot in the K-pop like group order manager community, though of course like it's different for every fandom, like how different fandoms do things, but for the most part, like in the Monbebe fandom, like yeah, I've done videos where I've unboxed like hundreds of Monsta albums, but it's literally been because like from what people who follow me wanted to join for, like this is what I had to buy, you know, like I'm not going to be like, oh, sorry, I'm actually not going to purchase your album that you joined for and paid for, because I just decided that I didn't want to buy this many albums. Like that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Oh my gosh, the ones of him in this green sweater and the pink shirt, oh my gosh, literally, these were Starship Square benefits too, I think. These are Beat Road. These ones in the middle are Beat Road, but these are giving Starship Square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. Oh. Feels nice to work on Monsta though, because I did a binder maintenance video probably like a month ago at this point, and I was going to do like an archiving binder maintenance video for Monsta, but then I realized Monsta are their own like monster of a group, no pun intended, but also kind of pun intended. But just like I sat down to film that video and I had the Monsta binders and I was like, I need to do so much like prep off camera for this. I can't just like, some binders I can just pick up and like work on camera, but I was like, these I can't, like there's just too much going on here. So anyways, I will do some sort of a binder maintenance like preparation video for Monsta, but I had to get through finals, and I'm going to Seattle this weekend to see Wano, and I'm so excited about it. So once I get back, we'll get all this done, but I love these cards as well. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, this era, I feel like Kihyun had more stuff, but also his cards were so cute. I was just like, I can't even complain. Like, Voyager was cute, but this is like, this is very much like a concept that I love to collect and a concept I loved on Kihyun so much. And so I was like, so like extra excited to collect it. Like him in the pink sweater. Are we joking? Like, he just looks so, like, I need another album like this again. Also, I feel like there was a good variation of cards. Sometimes for Monsta, they only have so many outfits they wear, and I'm just like, and Monsta, they wear so much black, white, and red that like seeing things like green, pink, or just like crazy. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to, like, it happened with Wano too when he debuted solo. I was like, why is he wearing other colors? Like, I am not used to seeing him wear so many different colors. And like, I feel like that happened with this album for Kihyun for me too. I was just like, oh, Kihyun, you're wearing green. You're holding an orange object, an orange LP. Like, really truly never seen that before. I'm trying to think if I want to do Changkyun in slim fit sleeves, but I think I would have to re-sleeve every photo card, so maybe we won't do that. Maybe we just do this. I think we're just down to his lucky draws. The amount of albums I had this era. I didn't join group orders, really. I think I joined like maybe 1 or 2, but most of this stuff I just did myself because this was post Carolyn as a Korean address. Though sometimes I'll still join group orders because I'll be like, if it's like a complicated store, I'll be like, I just want somebody else to do this. Or if it's like something I'm really caring about like sorting for. But for the most part these days, I just like buy stuff myself. Like for Wano's comeback, that's literally what I'm gonna do. Like I might, for like if he does with fans or like any of the Chinese stores, I might join like a group order, but for the most part, I just kind of do things on my own now for that. I feel like I have enough knowledge about how it works, and I have like the resources like the Korean address and like the understanding of how to use a Korean address and find like the correct listings and stuff, that I feel like I don't always need the help of a group order. But I will say that if I ever need something specific, or I've joined group orders for groups like ATs where I don't collect OT for everything for them, sometimes I just want Hongjun, you know? So I'll like join for that, like I did during Golden Hour Part 1. I did for that. You know, sometimes that happens. Okay, let me finish the rest of these lucky draws. I'm just gonna fly through that here. I just want to see if the mini posters fit in these pockets. I think they're gonna be slightly too long, like the posters are. If that's the case, we're gonna have to see. Oh yeah, oh, they're so close. But yeah, we might have to see if Prism Platinum has like 1 pocket pages. I'm gonna have to get some 1 pocket pages. Yeah, I definitely want to transfer over the mini posters. Ooh, okay, let's put the binder board and shield on. Also, my old Kihyun binder was like overflowing, but this one, there's room for another solo album in here. It's probably gonna be a while. I think Monsta will prioritize group stuff next year, which is totally fine by me. So it may be like 2026 before we get like another Kihyun solo album, or whenever Changkyun goes to the military, they'll probably start pumping out like the solo unit stuff again. Maybe we'll get a Monsta XXL come back. Shonu and Hyungwon. That would be fun. Anyways, but this is the binder for the bias. Now we'll go ahead and move on to Changkyun. This is the bias record binder. So let me show you the front cover here. The spine. I love a good hollow. This is the bottom. Literally so beautiful. And let's open this one up. Oh, it's so pretty. And you have all the same inclusions in here. So you get another set of binder backboards and then another binder shield. This Changkyun binder is also overflowing, so I'm so excited to have a bigger binder for him because he is likely to release another solo album in 2025. I do think that he's going to try to release one in early 2025. I wouldn't put it past him because he's going to enlist next year. Very likely he's going to enlist next year, and then he also is going to have time before like Juhan and Kihyun, like before the group stuff starts up, he's going to have time to do like more solo stuff. He just did an encore concert for his tour in Seoul, or it's like coming up. He just did ticketing for it. Makes me feel like there's probably another album in the works for him. So I'm very excited to have more room. And then he's not going to have a solo album for a while. He's going to go through his enlistment. He's going to do Monsta X group stuff. He's going to go through his enlistment, and then we'll get a solo album after that. I wouldn't be surprised if they had some things planned to release while he was in the military. It seems like it's kind of a common thing for K-pop groups nowadays to just have some sort of merch or something they release. But, you know, I'll buy whatever it is. It'll be in my cart. All right. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to go through. We've talked about Changkyun's album so much recently because he made a comeback, so I'm going to go through and put everything in the binder pages the same way I did Kihyun, and then I'll be back. Okay, so it is the next day, and I just wanted to show you the Changkyun setup. I didn't really do anything too different compared to what it looked like before, and also I've been actively storing away cards for Changkyun, but we can just flip through this really quick. Overall, I really like the way that this looks in this binder. I think it is so pretty. I love his album cards also. I definitely could put him in slim fit sleeves. I'll have to just think about it, but he does have one set of POBs that I noticed while going through here. I think it's from Off the Beat. Yeah, that are Monsta X size photo cards. So I don't know why this is just randomly Monsta X size photo cards, especially because Changkyun is under a different label for his solo activities. So I'm not really sure why these ended up being Monsta X photo card sized, but so I probably won't do that because these cards wouldn't fit in slim fit sleeves. So I'll probably just keep it like this, which doesn't bother me. The extra space doesn't bother me. I also combined his postcards from his first album and the mini postcards from the second album onto this page. I do really like, because this was in a 3-pocket like page before, and I do really like, you can see both of these upright because one of them was horizontal before, and one of them was vertical. So I do really like that about these 4 pockets. So definitely something I'm going to consider. Also, I fixed the fillers that I had for these. I have fixed the ones in Kihyun's binder as well. Oh, I don't need the second page. And then these are his merch cards that I have back here from other things he's done. I'm gonna fill this in eventually with other like cards that he does, like other photo books and other merch cards like that he does that aren't like concert related. But for right now, I just put in some hollow sleeves because I thought that was cute. And that's it for my unboxing of the new tarot binder from Prism Platinum. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get one of these binders for yourself, you can use my code Carolyn10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Thank you so much, Prism Platinum, for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.